Oh, Gilbert's here.
3 hours.
Gilbert, come on in, but I got to take a break, dude. Gilbert. Wonder what he's promoting. Yet another Caroline's appearance?
I would imagine. Does he travel on the road anymore, or does he just...
Gilbert does whatever you want him to do, if you pay him.
I don't know. I don't know if he tours.
What are you promoting this time? Come on. Get in here and plug.
Yeah, because I enjoy doing the show.
You're cutting your hair short. You have hair. Why don't you grow it a little?
Yeah, I know.
One of the nice things on you is your hair. I mean, you know.
What, you won't pay for a stylist?
I'm afraid I might actually look good for once in my life.
Don't worry about that. There he is, Gilbert Gottfried. I picture like in 10 years Gilbert will kill some woman because he's as weird as Phil Spector.
It seems to be the way to go.
Because I know he's hiding behind the curtains somewhere in his apartment.
Throwing around guns. Do you own a gun, Gilbert?
Do I own curtains?
That's the question.
I can see Gilbert like flipping out in 10 years. You whore, you won't do me. Because he's angry at women. And...
Right. He probably is holding guns to heads to get oral favors.
Yeah.
I'll kill Ronnie Spector.
Yeah, I mean, there's something up with me, Gilbert. We were talking about how weird Gilbert is. Like, who was it? Someone told me they saw you at Hollywood Squares. Gary.
No, this was last night at the Comedy Central party.
Oh, we got a report. You were at the Comedy Central party last night? And you had a knapsack with you?
Yeah.
And at the end of the party, you went over to the food table and you stuffed stuff into your knapsack?
No, that's... I didn't. I stuffed it in my mouth.
No. You took stuff home in the knapsack, and I got it on real good authority.
Yeah. From Gary.
No, not Gary. Who did we hear that from?
Chauncey, right?
Chauncey.
Yeah.
In fact, Chauncey will be on the phone in a second. Chauncey said he saw him jamming food in there.
Really, Gilbert?
No.
Have you got the knapsack here?
Yeah, if you'd like to smell it.
Yeah, does it smell like midget hot dogs?
Chauncey called. He says he swore he saw you stick stuff in your knapsack.
Yeah.
Are you just too embarrassed to admit it?
No, I didn't put any stuff. There'd be too many people for me to put stuff in there.
Oh, like you care.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it.
What'd they serve?
It did nothing good. It would have been, it was like chicken wings.
Oh, I see.
Why did you have a knapsack?
I always carry that. I don't know why.
Because he doesn't carry a purse.
Yeah.
Chauncey.
Hey, how's it going?
Gilbert says you're lying.
Oh, Gilbert.
Tell the truth.
Gilbert, where were you last night?
I was at that party, yes.
And what time did you get there?
You know it's a good party if Gilbert's there.
Yeah, yes.
Well, you know what it was? It was
A-list.
Gilbert got there. Well, Gilbert got there at the end of the party, and you would think by now Gilbert has some money. He's like an old man. He shuffles in with one of those backpacks on his back.
Yeah, all right, that's cool.
And he goes to each. There's like a long buffet. He takes food from every single tray, loads it up, and leaves.
What does he load it into?
Yes.
The backpack.
But
You mean I just put chicken wings into a backpack?
I watched the whole thing.
Did I have a plastic bag with me? I just put it in the backpack.
Napkins.
Oh, come on, Sean.
In napkins.
I viewed the whole thing.
That's going to hold chicken wings.
We watched in wonder.
Were these napkins made out of plastic?
So Chauncey, are you sure you saw Gilbert put chicken wings in his knapsack?
It was lasagna. It was ziti.
How did you get that in a knapsack?
It was cheese.
I don't think Gilbert would ruin his $4 backpack.
But you can't even eat the food when it's all mixed up.
All I know is I sat there and I was amazed by what I was seeing.
Say, I swear to God I saw Gilbert put food in there.
I swear to God in heaven.
Wow.
To Christ.
To Christ.
To the Son of God and how he died on the cross.
The thing ended at 10 o'clock. Gilbert came in at like 9:45.
All right. Well, you know what? I guess there's a disagreement going on here. I got to take a break anyway. Thank you, Chauncey.
I swear to the Mother of Christ.
You saw Gilbert put lasagna in a knapsack.
And tuna fish.
Chauncey does have a weird reality.
Yeah.
I've been the victim of his, I swear to God, I saw you do something.
And I poured some Coca-Cola in there, too.
Yeah, because you needed something to drink with all that.
Right.
Mix the salad.
Gilbert Gottfried tomorrow night at Caroline's, as I figured. In Manhattan, for ticket reservation, 212-757-4100. A rare appearance for Gilbert.
Do you tour, Gilbert, or is it you have to come to New York to see you on stage?
No, I go out of town.
He's going to Jersey.
Oh,
yeah.
Camden County College in Blackwood.
You're doing the colleges, huh?
Ticketmaster.com. Oh, yeah, they love him there. The kids love him.
Oh, the kids.
Yeah, he makes a lot of very now references.
I'm a big hit with the kids.
Yeah. It's going to be some Phil Spector material.
There you go.
How about those Ronettes?
Do you ever change your act for colleges? Do you try to be more contemporary?
Oh, yeah, I wear a Nehru jacket. And I talk about go-go dancing.
You don't change your act for anybody.
No.
No.
How long has it been since you changed your act?
Oh.
Was that Hitler routine?
I still do Spiro Agnew.
Do you?
Jokes, yeah.
If the kids can't get Ralph Cramden in Casablanca, screw them.
Gilbert does an excellent Ghostbusters routine. Screw these kids.
And I still have my catchphrases like, here comes the judge.
Does the college know how dirty you work? You do work blue.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right.
No, I know. I mean, you even use the C word for a woman's private parts right on stage.
He doesn't like the audience.
I did that during...
the Go-Go's.
Yeah, the Go-Go's.
You opened up for the Go-Go's, and all the teenage girls got to hear the C word.
Because they warned me. They said there's going to be kids and their parents in the audience.
That's all you have to do. All right, look, we have to take a break.
Who's weirder, Gilbert or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
You're sure?
I think so. I don't think Gilbert sleeps with kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. He talks about it.
Although Michael Jackson never put a ravioli in his knapsack before.
I'm putting a ravioli in my
Look, Chauncey, the police are searching my knapsack for ravioli. I was humiliated as the police emptied my knapsack. They searched my rectum and knapsack for ravioli. They spread my buttocks cheeks, searching for ravioli and chicken wings.
I found ricotta cheese in my wallet.
Sleep with me, ravioli.
We're going to take a break. You're a very funny guy, but everyone needs a break from you. Yeah. No one can take too much Gilbert.
Yeah, you have to meet it out.
A little bit of Gilbert is good. We're going to take a break. Gilbert will come back with us. We're going to do a little news for you. And you know who's calling in? Abe Hirschfeld.
Is that right again?
Swear to God.
He's out of jail, right?
He's out of jail. You have something you want to say.
Oh, that's great. Gilbert loves to talk to Abe.
You love when Abe calls in.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll be back right after these words.
Well, are you ready for a new movie about the Clinton crisis? Entertainment Weekly magazine is. They're calling it Intern Gate the movie, and they've cast the fictitious film. How about James Brolin as Bill Clinton, Barbara Streisand as the First Lady, as Monica Lewinsky, EW suggests Shannon Doherty, and in a brilliant piece of casting, Howard Stern as Paula Jones.
You're listening to a man who doesn't care about the rainforest, but would love to see Sting's wife nude.
Yeah. All right. On our phone is a very distinguished gentleman, Mr. Abe Hirschfeld, who actually had to go to prison for a while. Why did he go to prison? For
Didn't he try to rub somebody out or something?
Didn't he try to kill his business partner? But anyway, Mr. Hirschfeld is out of jail now. You're out of jail, Mr. Hirschfeld?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you kill your partner?
Well, my partner died before they started.
Before you could kill him?
Against me.
I see. So before you could kill him, he died on you.
So it's bad timing.
Why do
they arrested me for a second killing.
Why do they arrest someone for killing someone if you don't get a chance to kill them?
It's wrong to even plot.
Why? Because the cops in New York are so crooked, so corrupt, so lying.
I see.
That is unbelievable.
I can't believe they lock people up for murder.
That's
wrong.
But you claim you didn't do it, right?
No, I never intended to, and I never thought of it. But, you know,
well, what was the
today
evidence?
we have bigger problems.
Do we do?
And I think I would like to discuss two of the first major problem out of the
How old a guy are you?
I sent you.
Answer me my questions though first. How old are you?
I am 84. And
Why are you worth over?
Feel like I'm 84 and feel now better than when I was 21 because I lost 50 pounds, a diet that I invented. You can eat as much as you want, no pills, no exercise, and you lose as much as you want.
Don't look at yourself in the mirror. And then you're weigh 19
By the way,
pounds.
Mr. Hirschfeld, I know you're a big supporter of Israel. You're a Jewish man. We have a top Jew here, too. He's a rabbi, and he would like to offer a blessing before we speak.
Okay.
Bichadui Shemechele Bachai Vashevu Dichamei Achele Shevu Bichamichele Tashi
Thank you, Rabbi. Yes.
You know, he sounds...
Do you know the words?
The way he sings it, he sounds it like a hip-hop music.
Yeah, he's very good. He is from Israel.
Good.
He's from Israel, actually. Rabbi, you live in Israel?
Yes.
Where do you live? Tel Aviv?
Yes.
Yes, you live
It's the
in
only
Tel Aviv.
place I could think of offhand. So
Mr. Hirschfeld, here's my question. What you're worth like $1 billion, right?
Well, anybody that has to count how much he's worth has nothing.
All right, but you're a very wealthy man. And
yes, I have many millions.
I know I see you all over the place discussing plans to build the World Trade Center. You have a diet you invented.
How did he lose 50 pounds eating anything he wanted?
Well, the point is, why not just rest and relax?
Well, I know when I rest. I rest when in my grave. But until then, I like to do good things for the public.
I will rise from my grave and turn into a bat.
So let me tell you.
I will drink the blood with the living.
Yeah, so now...
I can only be killed with a stake in the heart. I am one of the undead who rises from my coffin every night, and then I turn into a bat or a wolf.
Right.
Sometimes I'll turn into a wolf, and then I will bite on the necks so that I'll drink the blood with the living.
All right, yes,
so, you see, let me start with the first problem. The first problem is
the sunlight can destroy the undead.
Okay.
The sunlight.
All right, what is the first problem you want to tackle?
The first problem is to stop the many divorces that we have now, and I'll tell you why.
Are you a divorced man?
No, I'm 60 years married, only because
Did
you try to kill her?
I tried killing my wife several occasions, didn't work out,
so I
remain married.
So I will tell you how to have a good, happy marriage.
All right.
This 10-year-old boy says to his mother, "How old are you?" And she says it's not polite to ask a lady her age. Next day he says, "How much do you weigh?" And she says it's not polite to ask. Next day he says, "Why are you divorced?" And she says, "You're too young, you'll get older, we'll discuss it." A few days later, the boys are together, and he says, "Boys, I found my mother's driver's license, and it gives me all the answers. It says that she's 35 years old, she weighs 120 pounds, and in sex, she got an F. And that's the main cause of all divorces."
How old was the boy?
The old boy was 10 years old.
He's 10, and how old is his friend?
The friends were the same age.
Wait a second.
The mics aren't working at all here. Can you just do that again?
Yes.
Yeah.
This 10-year-old boy is asking his mother, "How old are you?" And she says, "It's not polite to ask." Next day he says, "How much do you weigh?" And she says also, "It's not polite to ask." Next day he says, "Why are you divorced?"
How many times can you get him to say this?
He says, "You're too young, you'll get older, we'll discuss it." A few days later the boys are together, and he says, "Boys, I found my mother's driver's license, and it gives me all the answers. It says that she's 35 years old, she weighs 120 pounds, and in sex, she got an F." And that is a major issue in marriages, when the wife has
I'm going to ask him, I don't understand.
Because if you have a good night...
You can tell me screwed up, but
if you have a good night, then you have a good day. But if you have a bad day and then a good night, everything straightens out.
But how old was the mother?
The mother was 35 years old.
That part got...
She weighed 120 pounds.
Yeah, that part got edited out.
Right.
See,
you know the other most important issue?
No, wait, Abe. I don't know what the hell is wrong with how they're recording stuff here, but we didn't get any of that.
Oh, you wanted the game?
Yes,
okay.
yeah, please.
The joke.
Yes,
the joke.
Yes.
You know, this 10-year-old boy says to his mother, "How old are you?" And she says it's not polite to ask a lady her age. Next day he says, "How much do you weigh?" And she says the same. It's not polite to ask. Next day he says, "Mother, why are you divorced?" And she says, "You're too young. We get older. We'll discuss it." A few days later, the boys are together. He says, "Boys, I found my mother's driver's license, and it gives me all the answers. It says that she's 35 years old. She weighs 120 pounds, and in sex,
should ask him for money,
got
like
an F.
Like those little biddies who...
And the women who have in sex an A or a B, they never get divorced.
How could this guy be a multi-millionaire?
He obviously didn't make it yet.
Because of it. So that is one of the issues. But the other major issue that bothers our nation more than anything.
You're going to make him do it again?
Yeah.
Wait.
He opened a butcher shop, more butcher shops. Then he bought a slaughterhouse, more slaughterhouse.
I want to know what the hell is going on here. Why didn't we hear any of that? Well, sorry, Abe, I'm yelling at people here.
If you let me finish, you hear it.
No, we didn't hear any of that story.
No story that you hear from me, you heard from anybody.
No, could you tell us? We want to hear the story, and the mics keep going in and out.
It's our new producer.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Could you just tell the story about the boy and the woman?
Again?
Yes, please.
Yes, this 10-year-old boy asks his mother, "How old are you?" And she says it's not polite to ask a lady her age. Next day he says, "How much do you weigh?" And she gives the same answer. And the next day he says, "Why are you divorced?" And she says, "You're too young. You'll get older. We'll discuss it." A few days later, the boys are together. And he says, "Boys, I found my mother's driver's license, and it gives me all the answers. It says that she's 35 years old. She weighs 120 pounds. And in sex,
I don't get it.
She got an F.
No, an F in sex.
With an F in sex, they automatically get divorced. But those women who have an A or B in sex,
I want to break down the joke.
Forever.
It kind of grows on you.
So now it's the other issue which bothers us a lot.
You wrote that joke?
I made up every joke that you hear. You never have.
Hear it.
Unless you hear it from me. And I have hundreds of them.
You know, is the mother divorced?
Yes, because she has in sex an F.
An F. Oh. But doesn't he realize that's female?
I beg your pardon?
The F, isn't that for female?
The F is for female.
I see.
You can only get an M or an F, yeah.
So what if she'd gotten an M? She'd be a man.
If she got that M, she would be a man. That I didn't think of.
Abe, I think the main problem here is we didn't hear all of the joke. That's why we're so confused.
We get the first half, and then we don't get the second half.
We started going in and out. I think we've got it fixed now.
It's the submixer.
So, should I repeat it?
Yes, please. One more time, please.
Okay. This 10-year-old boy asks his mother, "How old are you?"
I can't take it.
And she says it's not polite to ask a lady her age. Next day he says, "How much do you weigh?" And she says the same thing. It's not polite to ask. Next day he says, "Mother, why are you divorced?"
I'd love to meet this guy.
Too young.
You realize this guy used to go to dinners with, like, Robert Kennedy. And,
really?
Yeah. Now he's being dicked around by Gilbert.
Robert Kennedy's there going, "Could you tell me the joke again?" Hey, Abe, you're such a great storyteller. Can you tell the one about the 10-year-old boy? Well, Mr. Kennedy? Yeah, I laughed gloriously when I hear your joke.
Wait.
And now, you see, the other issue is a much more interesting one.
We missed the end.
Problem to take this butcher, open the butcher shop in Chicago and more butcher
Hey,
shops.
just the last two lines of the joke. We missed the end.
Which line?
The last two.
From the previous joke?
Yes.
Yes.
The privilege.
She's 35 years old.
Yes.
She weighs 120 pounds. And in sex, she got an F.
No, not that line. The line before.
The line before that?
Yes. The previous line to that, and then do the rest.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, like, what was the third question?
Right. From the third question forward.
It seems that you guys don't know what means in sex an F. But unfortunately today that's what's happening a lot.
We're happening with him.
So the first line is the boy is asking his mother, how old are you? And she says, it's not polite to ask a lady her age.
So how does it start
off? Then he says, mother, how much do you weigh? And she says also, it's not polite to ask.
How does the joke start off?
The joke started off. That's a wonderful question. The joke started off when I was in jail.
No, how does
and
the
there
joke...
were many...
we want to record it this time.
Right.
Could you say it?
What should I say?
Well, we want the joke again, but this time we want to record it, and we'll play it in a future show.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, this 10-year-old boy asks his mother, how old are you? And
why did you do that?
It's not polite to ask a lady her age. Next day he says, mother, how much do you weigh? And she also says it's not polite to ask a lady her weight. Next day he says, and why are you divorced, mother? And she says, you're too young, you'll get older.
Why is he calling in anyway? Do we ever find out?
2 days later, the boys are together.
I want to move ahead.
I found my mother's driver's license, and it gives me all the answers.
I wish the boy was 9.
That she's 35 years old, she weighs 120 pounds, and in fact, she got an F. So that's natural that it leads to a divorce.
Well, Mr. Hirschfeld, a lot of people love the joke. In fact, here's Nancy. She loves it. Nancy, go ahead.
I can't remember when I laughed so hard.
Do you hear that?
Tears. I am in tears.
Mr. Hirschfeld,
Barbara Walters.
You people are so at the top of your game.
Well, Mr. Hirschfeld.
Not even funny.
We can't take credit for...
That's Mr. Hirschfeld.
He wrote that beautiful joke.
Gilbert, good go, but no, these people...
By the way...
Barbara Walters interviewed President...
Yes, go ahead, please.
Barbara Walters interviewed President Clinton.
Barbara Walters?
Yeah, Barbara Walters.
Who is this?
You know who she is.
What's her name?
Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters?
Right.
You know, I don't... who is she?
You know, she's on every television show.
And what's her name?
Barbara Walters. She asked President, she had an interview with President.
Is she on like something, Everyone Loves Raymond? What show is she on?
Okay. So she interviewed President Clinton. And she said, Miss President Clinton.
Who interviewed him?
Barbara Walters.
And she interviewed Clint Howard?
No, President Clinton. You know.
She interviewed Bobby Vinton?
No, President Clinton.
Who interviewed him?
Barbara Walters interviewed President Clinton.
Bobby Waters?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Waters?
Okay.
Who interviewed Harry Dean Stanton?
It's Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters interviewed who?
Yeah.
President Clinton. And she said,
Clemens?
Mr. President.
How old are you?
And she says, Mr. President. And
wait, what? Mr. who?
Mr. President Clinton.
Is this a joke?
Yes.
Oh, we better start over.
Start over and tell the whole joke.
They talk about...
Abe?
Yes.
Who, first of all, who was doing the interview?
Barbara Walters. You like my accent?
Yeah, no, let's do the joke about Barbara Walters and
She interviewed him and she said...
She was interviewing a 10-year-old?
No, come on, let's get the jokes because I want to get it on tape. Go ahead.
So, should I continue? So I interviewed President Clinton, and she said, and they spoke about world affairs and so on. Then she says, Mr. President, we were told by Paula Jones.
Wait a minute, she was interviewing Elvis Presley? Abe!
Yeah.
You said Mr. Presley. So Barbara Walters was interviewing Elvis Presley?
No, President Clinton.
Who was interviewing President Clinton?
Was it Barbara Waters?
Yeah.
Bobby Waters.
Barbara Waters. Okay, let's see Bobby Waters. Okay.
All right, listen, what is it, Mr. Hirschfeld?
Yeah.
You say you have a diet that will change the world. You also say you have a plan for rebuilding the World Trade Center.
Right.
Well, I know Barbara Walters looks thinner.
Yes. So, anyway.
Right, why don't we do this? Okay. We've got the two jokes on tape.
But this the second one you don't have.
Second joke.
We never finished.
It's only one more minute.
Okay, yes. Start from the beginning.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
So the president, and they spoke about world affairs.
Then we'll get him over afterward.
And then she said, Mr. President, we were told by Paula Jones that you have a very, very small penis. And the president says, honey, believe me, it's only because she has a very, very big mouth.
All right, look, I got to wrap up this segment. Mr. Hirschfeld, we're out of time.
I can give you 500 of the best jokes that were never told because all these jokes I composed in the 2 years
I like the one about the 10-year-old boy.
But let me tell you something. I like the one about the 10-year-old boy, but the thing about Bill Clinton was he was not into peanuts. That was Jimmy Carter.
Well, I don't know. Jimmy Carter I knew personally, but I didn't see
He had peanuts.
I didn't see his
And why would Bobby Vinton be interviewing Clinton?
Yeah, Bobby Vinton was a singer.
Isn't DeWitt Clinton dead?
All right, look, Mr. Hirschfeld.
Yeah. You can call me Abe or whatever you want.
Out of respect. I have respect for all the people. Let me say thank you, number one, for the interview.
Number two, we want to hear the joke about the 10-year-old boy.
Again?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I tell you what, from now on I'm going to charge for it. The 10-year-old boy says, Mother, how old are you? And she says it's not polite to ask a lady her age. Next day he says, how much do you weigh? And she says the same thing. It's not polite to ask a lady her weight. Next day he says, Mother, why are you divorced? And she says, son, you're too young, you'll get older, we'll discuss it. A few days later, the boys are together, and he says, boys, I found my mother's driver's license, and it gives me...
You should have Dracula Gottfried interview him about his plans for the World Trade Center.
35 years old, she weighs 120 pounds, and in sex, she got an F.
Sometimes...
Hey, Dracula Gottfried, I know you want to know about Mr. Hirschfeld's plans for the World Trade Center. Go ahead.
Mr. Hirschfeld,
you see, as a builder...
I want to know your plans for the World Trade Center.
Right.
Tell me now how you plan on building the World Trade Center.
The World Trade Center. You know what you remind me, the way Joey Adams introduced me when he roasted me. Joey Adams roasted me at the Friars Club.
How's he doing?
How is he?
Wait, you want to hear the joke?
How is Joey Adams?
And he said, I want you to meet a good friend of mine, Abe Hirschfeld, who is in this country maybe 50 years. But he still speaks like he's arriving next Thursday.
That's good.
Wait, what was this joke again? I can't hear a thing on these new mics.
So maybe I should buy you old mics.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Hirschfeld, listen. That's Dracula Gottfried.
It's the same thing. An old penis and a good one is better than a new one and a bad one.
Well, Mr. Hirschfeld,
true.
Is that a joke?
I don't know.
Mr. Hirschfeld, you are Mr. Hirschfeld, you are a huge success. You have made, even though you went to jail, you still have your millions?
And your sense of humor.
And your sense of humor. You're a good sport.
But I have such fantastic jokes. If you let
What was
me
that
tell
Joey
them,
Adams one?
If you let me tell them, you'll be 10 times bigger at the station than it is now.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Hirschfeld.
Yes.
At a future date, I'd like to hear your plans for the World Trade Center and also your plans for a diet.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Hirschfeld. And anything you're plugging? Do you need to plug something?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I need to plug the problem. What faces the nation, it's the world's problem.
I'll be there all week. Buy tickets now.
What is the world's problem?
I'll be working this weekend at the World Trade Center.
Please, Mr. Hirschfeld, quickly, tell us what is the world's problem.
There's a lunatic in my studio.
The worst problem is that this butcher opened the butcher shop and
listen, I gotta go.
He bought slaughterhouses and became immensely wealthy. And his son graduated in Harvard as the highest scholar. And when he came home, he says, Dad, I don't know what to do. I graduated at Harvard. I don't know what to do. So Dad says, why don't you join me in my business? So it shows him all his businesses. Then he shows him a machine. He says, this is a machine that nobody has, only we.
I got to get out of
We
this.
put the cow at one end, and the machine kills the cow, and it separates the parts and everything, and it packs it in packages, and whatever.
What is going on?
I don't know.
I want to go home.
Come out on the other side.
All right.
He says, Dad, if you had a machine where we put in a sausage on one side and a cow comes out on the other side, you got yourself a partner.
There you
and
go.
that said, we have a machine like this too. He says, really, where is it? He says, son, your mother at home.
All right. Mr. Hirschfeld, thank you, and we hope to speak to you in the future. Thank you.
Very good, and I'm looking forward.
Bye-bye.
Regards to everybody.
Thank you. Mr. Abe Hirschfeld, everyone.
I will be at Captain's Funnies all this week in New Jersey.
Let me tell you. Here's a guy who knows a couple of jokes.
Wow.
All right.
500.
Gilbert Gottfried tomorrow night at Caroline's in Manhattan for ticket reservations, 212-757-4100. And Gilbert will be at the Camden County College in Blackwood, New Jersey on February 28th. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com. I got to take a break, and then we do the news. Gilbert Gottfried is here, live from the Hollywood Squares.
Oh, yeah. I know the first line out of Gilbert's mouth tomorrow at Caroline's is going to be, so there's this 10-year-old boy.
You'll steal Mr. Hirschfeld's joke. I know you.
You got a wealth of material.
Tonight on E! Stump the Bowie. Bowie wins, and his opponent's sister has to get naked. It's a sexy new twist to name that tune. Plus, bonus footage of a hot Playboy photo shoot with our own Artie as the photographer. Don't miss this. A jam-packed episode tonight on E!
Hey, now.
Right after these words, the news.
Stuttering John with Sean Lennon.
Hi, Sean. How are you? What do you think of Howard Stern?
What?
What do you think of Howard Stern?
What do I think of him?
Yeah.
I don't think too much, you know.
You watch the show?
No, well, I don't watch too much TV. Yeah, I don't watch too much TV.
Do you listen to the show?
I don't listen to radio.
Howard.
How honored we are to...
Let's make you feel at home. Kids, follow me.
Yeah, thank you. All right, you know, the guy who sued Leona Helmsley got $11 million, claims to be on the phone. I don't even know if it's the real guy. Are you the real dude?
Hey, Howard.
It's not him.
Tough guy face.
Sound like Dice.
Yeah. Hey, Howard, I'm a pig. Oh.
I like Dice over here.
What is it, Bob? Yeah.
This is Bob. I was watching CNN on TV.
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Leona Helmsley that was reported to have to pay $11.2 million.
To some faggot.
All right, let's do the news, Robin. It's time for you.
What is this guy's point? Is he...
I don't know. I don't care. I can't even hear him. Gilbert's laughing so loud. Hey, Gilbert at Caroline's in Manhattan. For tickets, 212-757-4100. I know some people flying in from out of town for this show.
All of New York's hotels are jammed.
Yeah. So try and get tickets quick.
They're closing off certain streets.
People are riding bikes to the show.
How many seats are left in Camden at that college?
Well, you can't get there either.
Camden County College in
They're
Blackwood.
already lining up.
You know, I forgot about Camden.
Yeah.
You're going to play the college? How many seats?
I have no idea.
No idea. You just go.
Yeah.
Flat fee you get?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who goes.
Yeah.
Who books these things for you? Do you do this yourself, or do you have someone?
No.
Actually,
He wouldn't pay an agent.
Yeah.
You have to give him a whole 10%. No, you're smart. You're beating the system.
That's right. He pockets the whole thing.
Right. Robin, go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Gilbert looks over like I'm singing.
Yes, I'm convinced you are. She is. She's dancing on a table.
All right, Robin, let's hear it.
She's wearing a banana skirt. Dancing on a table.
Just call me Josephine.
Yes.
I've never had any reason or seen any reason to go into a chat room, but this might have been one that I wanted to sit in on. An Arizona man took an overdose of prescription drugs last month while online in an internet chat room.
Yes, and people cheered him on.
Those who were chatting with him watched as his webcam recorded him passing out. The Arizona Republic, the newspaper, is reporting that some of them actually encouraged the guy to take more pills.
Because nobody thinks he's for real.
Others urged him to get help. However, no one was able to get help for him because he had given a fake number when he signed into the chat room. They didn't know where he was.
Right.
So they watched, taunted, or tried to help him.
Yeah, it's all their fault.
While he was doing it. The family is outraged because I guess they've seen footage of what was recorded and some of the comments that were made while this guy was dying online.
Could you sing that song again?
Who do you think I am, Abe Hirschfeld?
He wants to record it.
I certainly.
Something was wrong with the tape.
Go, Robin, go.
A merciful ending was announced for Dawson's Creek.
I had stopped watching it.
Unwatchable. It was absolutely unwatchable.
It was so good before.
It was.
It started out so good.
Yes. Was a big fan.
Wow, it was a brilliant show.
Well, I happened to have watched it in the beginning, and I wised up.
They're actually going to have a 2-hour finale, but who cares?
No one.
It's wrapped up, believe us.
Gilbert Gottfried's girlfriend's a big fan. So.
She'll be watching the 2-hour show.
It's either that or look at Gilbert. 2 hours.
One of those dudes that was kicked off The Bachelorette has bigger problems. He was arrested and charged at Kennedy Airport with trying to smuggle drugs onto his L.A.-bound flight last week.
I think that's not accurate. I think the guy had 2 things of codeine, non-prescription. I mean, it was like personal use stuff. Wasn't it?
Really?
It doesn't tell me what I thought it was pot. It wasn't?
I thought it was codeine, but he didn't have a doctor's prescription for it.
If you can't take codeine on a plane, let me know right now.
You can't get codeine non-prescription.
Yeah, so I think he didn't have a doctor's prescription, so they're saying that he had illegal substance, but it didn't sound like he was any drug. I think they made it sound in the paper like the dude was a drug dealer.
Yeah, it sounded like he was, using this to make a living. That's what I was figuring.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He was a dealer who made it on the show.
I said he's a pretty crummy dealer, because judging from the size of his apartment in Manhattan, I said, man, he's not doing too well.
Actually showed some initiative.
Yeah.
To try to get out of that place.
He lost Trista. He didn't have a big apartment. He just tried to deal a little codeine.
His line should have been, I'm a drug lord, Trista.
Also, an update on Paula Poundstone. You want to know how her situation is going.
Yeah, Gilbert's a big fan of her.
What are you, a lesbo? No.
What's with that suit?
Did she ever say she's a lesbo?
No, she says she's Bert Sugar.
A judge is
They searched Paula Poundstone's rectum, much like they searched mine, looking for little boys in lasagna.
Little boys and Paula Poundstone? I don't think so.
Yeah.
A judge easing the terms of the probation the comedian is facing. He's cutting her psychological counseling sessions from 4 to 2 a month.
I guess she started wearing a dress.
And her AA meetings from 3 to 2 a week.
Got it all under control.
Oh, okay.
And her neckties are much more feminine now.
She had to plead no contest to child endangerment and got her 3 adopted kids back in December.
Hey, Paul, if you lose the zoot suit, you can cut it down to 1 a week. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll knock off all the meetings. We were talking about Phil Spector earlier. He has hired O.J.'s former attorney, Robert Shapiro.
Because he's real good at getting off guilty people.
Doesn't that smack of guilty?
Actually, if a guy hires Robert Shapiro, he's guilty.
If you need the dream team, you're probably guilty.
Right. I plead the fifth.
You hire them when your blood is on the victim.
That's right. So they've also called in that Michael Baden, who's the forensic scientist, to oversee the autopsy that's being conducted on this woman, who was found in Spector's home. Apparently, he just met her on Sunday when he went to the House of Blues out in Los Angeles. She was a waitress there. Nobody who knows Spector thinks they had any kind of long-term relationship, and nobody is giving any information as to what they think happened in that house. But Shapiro has launched one theory suggesting there might have been someone else in his sprawling estate that night.
There you
Even
go. With a glove? With a glove.
Right. It was Mark Furman.
Robert Shapiro says that he's going to try and get the same exact jury they use in the O.J. trial.
Yeah, what's that jury doing?
Those people were terrific.
Johnny Cochran's working on poems now.
That's true.
Saddam Hussein has given his first interview to a Western journalist in 12 years. And that will be aired on 60 Minutes 2 tonight. Here we can hear a little bit of what Saddam has to say. He says that he is not a sponsor of terrorism.
A 10-year-old boy was talking to a woman about sex education.
He says he's not a
She
sponsor.
got a divorce.
All right, yes.
He's not a sponsor of terrorism, but he applauds the work of Al-Qaeda. If we
had relations with the organization of Al-Qaeda, we would not be ashamed to admit it.
A 10-year-old boy.
Therefore, I would like to tell
A 10-year-old boy. A 10-year-old boy is...
In sex, I got an F.
He also says that he is not stockpiling chemical or biological weapons.
You know he's not saying it. The interpreter's saying it. He's really saying, I'm going to kill all you bastards.
weapons are not aspirin pills that one can hide in his pockets. And it's easy to work out if Iraq has weapons or does not have weapons.
To solve the problems with the oil.
It's not polite to ask a woman her age.
Or about her biological weapons.
I can rebuild the World Trade Center.
And put you on a diet. So anyway, the UN is waiting to be addressed by Colin Powell. He might have even started speaking already.
Right.
He's to talk to them today to lay out evidence as to why Saddam Hussein is a threat to the entire world. But Richard Armitage, who's a Deputy Secretary of State, says that one senator wanted to know why so much attention is being given to Iraq over North Korea. B3.
Our view, which some question, is that we've given over 12 years of time to try to resolve
he sounds like Mr. Cunningham from Happy Days.
The situation with Iraq, and we've been...
Hey, Potsy!
After finding out about the North Korean...
What is it, Mr. C?
...cheating on their 1994 agreement, we've only had a few...
Yay, I didn't cheat on my 1994 agreement.
Chachi did.
You hear Colin Powell's opening his speech with a joke? A 10-year-old boy.
I remember when Joy Adams introduced me.
Yeah, he's going to use that introduction.
Saddam Hussein is talking to Barbara Walters.
So anyway, we will see. They say he probably won't convince the world of anything because he's not presenting any kind of smoking gun evidence. He will be showing surveillance photos of what the United States thinks are large caches of biological weapons or plants that produce them.
I think I look like Phil Spector.
Oh, get over yourself.
Come on.
And just lay out the United States case. Meanwhile, the investigation into the disaster that was the Space Shuttle Columbia continues. Yesterday, there was a memorial service for the family and the workers in the space program. Here's June Scobie Rogers, who was the wife of a Challenger commander. Challenger also disappeared from space. She says her husband, Dick Scobie, died aboard Space Shuttle Challenger in 1986, and it's difficult to be at the Johnson Space Center. B4.
It took my breath for a moment because I had so many fond memories of being here, and then it reminds me quickly that I'm without my soulmate, Dick Scobie, who I love so much.
So she was reminded of what she lost. Meanwhile, they're talking to people.
One thing good about Gilbert, he can't lose anything. He has nothing.
That's right.
There's no people in his life.
He basically doesn't care.
Yeah.
They're talking to people, and we're hearing now the 911 calls from people who saw the Challenger breaking apart. This caller didn't know what had happened, but felt a vibration and saw the Columbia coming apart in the skies over Texas. B1.
We just saw something very strange in the sky, almost directly above Nacogdoches. Almost looks like a plane might have blown.
Woman's probably like, if it's above in the sky, what do you want me to do about it, buddy?
But can you imagine getting this call from this guy with that accent? You go, another kook.
Yeah, I'm hanging up. A lot of times, so 911 won't respond. People sound like they're crazy. There's something in the sky and need to do something about it.
Looks like a plane, but it just fell apart. This caller knew the shuttle Columbia had exploded, but in her grief got the name wrong. B2.
I know there's nothing you can do about it, but the Challenger was coming in this morning, and it blew up. It always comes right in over our driveway out here on 343.
Yes, ma'am.
And it blew up. I don't know how, but it
I understand, ma'am.
Supposed to be heard.
Okay, well, that's what we think we heard.
Yeah, so she was still calling it Challenger, even though that was Columbia that was blowing up. They are now saying that the path of destruction was a lot wider, and debris started falling to the earth earlier and probably over California, and they think that'll be very important to collect that debris to find out more about what happened to that aircraft.
Thank God Gilbert's safe.
Spacecraft. Meanwhile, yesterday they announced the final 2 plants for the World Trade Center, the rebuilding down there.
Yes.
And I don't quite understand what those things are.
I don't think they're pretty.
Are they buildings?
I thought they were like they don't even look functional.
No, they don't look like people can be in them.
One of them looks like a Coca-Cola bottle.
Yes, that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
Well, I have a plan.
I want the World Trade Center to look like Baba Voltage.
So I'm not sure what they're planning to spend a lot of money on. They say they're going to be the tallest buildings in the world, but I don't think people can be in those buildings.
No.
So just silly-looking plans to me.
I don't think anybody really wants to be in those buildings.
It doesn't matter whether they want to or not. They're going to be. If I have anything to say about it.
Are you going to go there?
Yes.
We'll see.
I would.
We'll see.
All right. Put something up there now. The cops want to look at this Michael Jackson documentary.
Good. It's about time. I mean, what's everyone doing? The guy likes to sleep with kids. He's admitting it.
That's exactly what caught their attention. These are the prosecutors who were interested in probing the child sex abuse.
My rectum.
No, your child sex abuse charges, Michael. And they now say
they searched my rectum and found a little cap with a propeller on it. Touch my penis in private areas.
They say they would like to
No one can touch my penis unless they're 2 years old.
To you talk about sleeping with children and
who was sleeping? I was wide awake.
A 10-year-old boy
was touching Michael Jackson's penis.
The head of Barbara District Attorney's Office said it will view
He got an F
documentary
for touching his penis.
In which Jackson discusses
One time Joey Adams was touching Michael Jackson's penis.
The show airs tomorrow night.
He was Michael Jackson.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Oh, my goodness.
Slow Gilbert down a little.
Yeah, give him a pill.
Wait, do your song again before
We'll be back right after these words.
Oh, there are lots of healthy things we can do with our hands. Sure. Come on, Mr. McFeely. Can you pound? Pound. Yeah. Pound. Ooh. Now, there's other things we can think of doing with our hands. Some healthy things. I'll probably come to, well, one thing is cleaning up. After we've played with something.
Every lasting song. Is it over yet? Tonight on E! Stump the Buoy. And the guy's sister gets naked. Gilbert Gottfried goes see him at Camden County College in Blackwood, New Jersey. Camden County College. Great football team. February 28th. The tickets go to Ticketmaster.com.
On Caroline's.
Oh.
Yes.
In Manhattan.
You forgot Caroline's?
I was going to just do one and then do another one later, but he won't let that happen.
He's more interested
Caroline's
in saying
tomorrow.
Caroline's tomorrow night.
757-4100, 212 area code.
All right, be on your guard, Gilbert. The officials who are trying to counter terrorism say that we should be on alert for more and more horrendous attacks than September 11th coming up. They feel that Al-Qaeda is awakening sleeper cells throughout the world to do sequenced attacks, not just one, but several, including possibly targeting well-known people for assassination.
Thank God I'm not well-known.
He's only on Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
It's Gilbert and Martin Mull.
Yeah.
Maybe you're safe.
I'll live forever.
How'd you get back on Hollywood Squares? I thought that Henry Winkler, the producer of Hollywood Squares, was kind of like, I want to get rid of all the old people.
Yeah, this is H2, not the other one.
I should thank everyone out there. They were all emailing and writing letters.
People wanted you?
Yes, believe it or not.
There was a groundswell of support?
Wow. Is that what Winkler told you?
Yeah, and they couldn't get Liam Neeson to square.
So you're the heartthrob.
Well, I think you're good on the show.
I love him on Hollywood.
I think you're much better than Phyllis Diller.
Where'd they dig her?
Go ahead, Robin, please.
All right, so anyway, if you see anything suspicious, I suppose you should report it, because we're expecting lots of attacks.
I'll be on the lookout.
Anticipation of an attack on Iraq. Russell Simmons is upset with Pepsi. He says that we should boycott Pepsi for taking the endorsement from Ludacris and giving it to squeaky clean Ozzy Osbourne.
Well, Ludacris's music is no more dangerous than Ozzy's. He happens to be right, Russell Simmons, that
I can't imagine terming Ozzy squeaky clean. He's not clean at all.
I think he's joking. He's saying, if you're going to let Ozzy Osbourne in a Pepsi commercial, why is it you can't allow Ludacris? Maybe because his name is Ludacris.
Maybe because nobody was buying Pepsi because of Ludacris.
Yeah.
And nobody knows Ludacris.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, right. What about that argument that Ozzy's insanely more famous?
Yes.
No, I think that Ludacris had an endorsement deal taken away from him.
Because maybe it wasn't working out for them.
No, I don't think they ever shot the commercial. I think there was complaints made about his image.
Oh, really?
See, that's what he's saying. Why is it that Ludacris's image would force you to cancel? What, because he's an outrageous guy and has sexy song lyrics? I mean, so does Ozzy.
Absolutely. But Ozzy has this image now from his TV show as well as his rock and roll. So maybe the people who love Ozzy don't know.
One of the biggest ironies is that they won't give Howard Stern a commercial, but Gilbert Gottfried gets one.
At least Ludacris had one taken away.
And Gilbert Gottfried uses the C word in front of young children. I've seen it myself.
I go to schoolyards.
Right.
And just you yell out there.
Yes.
It's the guy who exposes himself to people.
And, of course, we are wondering what is going on with Courtney Love. She was arrested when her plane landed in London the other day for cursing at a flight attendant because they wouldn't let her personal nurse into business class when she was flying economy.
Why should she need a personal nurse? She's a young woman.
They didn't say why she was traveling with a private nurse, but...
Because she's crazy?
She did have one.
When you have a personal nurse, that's a big problem. Personal nurse. I've heard of like a bodyguard, a personal nurse.
My own nurse.
In fact, the nurse is trying to cover her face when the photographers were taking pictures. Did you see that?
Yeah, she didn't want to be seen with Courtney with her outrage.
I mean, she's trying to cover Courtney's face. I guess that's what a personal nurse does.
Well, Courtney's excuse is, I cussed at the lady, but my daughter says I have a potty mouth. And
you know what I'm thinking of doing? I'm thinking of hiring a nurse. How much would that cost me a year?
$20,000.
I mean, I would like that.
Not much.
Would you buy her a business class seat?
Yes. I would treat her well, but I wouldn't mind traveling with a nurse.
And she'll hold on to the drugs.
Will they wipe you?
Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't wipe myself anymore.
You know, usually
I'm too big a star.
A person with a private nurse is about 100 years old.
Yeah, that's very odd.
So I
personal
don't know what
nurse.
he's up to.
She was pissed the personal nurse couldn't visit her up in business class.
And why would your nurse need to visit you during the flight? Aren't the flight attendants taking care of you?
For an enema. An emergency enema.
Where's my nurse? Come on.
Colin Farrell, who's now a big star. He's in the movie The Recruit, which was #1 at the box office this past weekend.
Yeah, he's a year away from Hollywood Squares. Colin Farrell, The Recruit, Colin.
See Gilbert sticking his head into Collins Square.
I can't wait.
Hi.
Maybe that's
Colin Farrell to block, please.
Colin. Maybe that's why Gilbert's wearing this new hairdo. It has to be Colin Farrell.
Gary, tell Tom I can't meet with him today. I'll call him on the phone, and I promise I'll call him. He wants to get a hold of me. I've just talked for 4.5 hours, and I'm very tired.
Colin does not want to he doesn't want to live in Los Angeles ever, and he explains why. 8-3.
Oh, great.
Because I don't get any work here.
Oh, I know. There's too many weird people for him. It's not real enough.
The circus that I travel in, you know, it's very much Hollywood a lot of the time.
He's a normal guy.
And all that kind of stuff. But so I've no intention of living here.
They took me Lucky Charms.
I want to hear what he's saying, why he can't live in Hollywood.
Movie town, it's Hollywood, you know, and I happen to be an actor who's had a lot of success, thank God. So I'm going to be treated a certain way, and my path is going to be greased, and life's going to be made very easy for me, and that's all well and good. And I come into town for 3 months, indulge a little bit, and the best thing for me to do is get the home to where my family and friends are, you know.
Oh, I see, because it'll ruin him.
He's been treated too well.
Read between the lines. Too many darkies.
Is that what you think he's saying?
It's a little dark here.
Well, you know, the niggers in Hollywood. I could do without them, you know.
Who needs the collards?
I don't want them coons following me around.
Candace Bergen, who showed up this year.
She's not a nigger, is she?
Sweet Home, Alabama, along with Reese Witherspoon. Here, Candace, that is now on DVD. You can get that in your local video store.
Well, the Speed saw that movie, didn't they?
Candace Bergen on the difficult scene for her in Sweet Home, Alabama.
It's difficult when them jungle bunnies are moving into L.A.
For instance, the scene where I had to yell at Reese, it's not so easy to call, America's sweetheart an ungrateful little bitch. I just tried not to back off of it.
I don't care about Candace Bergen. I don't even think she's a good actress.
Yeah, really.
When was she ever an actress?
Oh, come on. She's been on a lot of movies.
She's been in movies. That doesn't mean she's an actress.
Well, I'm saying I don't think she's a good actress. You think she's an actress?
Oh, she might think it. And Karen Culkin.
You don't think Murphy Brown was extraordinary?
No.
Witty and edgy.
I think she was a very pretty girl.
Yeah. I don't think she was that hot. She was flat. She needed implants.
Well, now people would argue.
And she has like a lot of lines in her neck. It's like veiny, like a bird.
It's better than having cones in your navel.
Oh, stop.
What's wrong with you?
She was very pretty.
What's wrong with you?
Damn it, Colin, come on.
Karen Culkin, a kid
Post-talking, a nigger?
Oh, stop it.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah,
are you crazy?
Nigger.
Everything with the N-word. What's the matter with you? Racist.
I can't help it, Colin Farrell.
Why are you saying that word?
Yeah.
It's a terrible word.
Once
I guess it's those damn Irish.
Well, I know you're trying to do an Irish impression and disparage Colin Farrell, but enough already.
Point taken.
Right.
Kieran Culkin, who is a young man who Michael Jackson says he slept with, was asked if he could explain his film that is now on DVD, Igby Goes Down, A2.
Oh, my God.
How can you interview Kieran Culkin and not just say, what did you do in bed with Michael Jackson? Who cares about anything else?
Absolutely. To see how the world around his father kind of crushed him, or at least through his eyes. To see how structure.
That's very nice, but what color penis does Michael Jackson have?
So Igby kind of sees...
Did he bleach his testicles?
And sees that's going to happen to him.
Did he touch you?
Yes. Now, his testicles are the dark light. Could you please fill us in on this?
Anything else, Robin?
That's what's happening.
Well, what a pleasure to have Gilbert Gottfried here. Really.
Yeah.
Even when he becomes a little racist.
Well, it's that damn Colin Farrell.
Yeah, what's with that Colin Farrell?
I know he's trying to be funny, but he appeared to be very racist in his humor.
Yes.
See Gilbert Gottfried tomorrow night at Caroline's in Manhattan for ticket
I wonder if
reservations.
he'll be doing that at Caroline.
Not if there's any black people in the audience. 212-757-4100. And Gilbert will be at the Camden County College in Blackwood, New Jersey.
Here's my impression of Colin Farrell at a Knicks game.
And go see him February 28th at the college. Ticketmaster.com. At Camden College, Gilbert's considered a professor.
This is Colin Farrell at a rap concert.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow. We have a big day. By the way, if there are any girls who want to have hot lesbian sex with Tabitha Stevens, we can set that up. We're going to do a dating game with her. I'm not kidding, for real. 1-800-44-STERN. If you're one of the 3 women we select, you can have hot lesbian sex.
Or if you'd like to have gay sex with Colin Farrell. If you're white, the number is
1-800-44-STERN is the number to call for Tabitha Stevens.
I don't know where you call for Colin Farrell.
We didn't call anywhere for that. All right, we'll see you, blah, blah, blah.
Chào cả mọi người. Và hôm nay bên em lại về một chiếc Hyundai Tucson sản xuất 2018 bản tiêu chuẩn 2.0. Và Tucson là một trong những dòng mà của Hyundai rất là được ưa chuộng, xe 5 chỗ. Và hôm nay em giới thiệu cho các bạn một chiếc xe một phiên bản màu đen. Đấy, bản tiêu chuẩn. Và chiếc xe này thì giá nó cũng khá là ổn, bởi vì là nó cũng bị đâm vào phần chassis rồi. Giá sẽ rẻ hơn 100 triệu so với những con bình.